My project is called Hartford Listens, and the basic idea or general overview is that Hartford Listens will be an ongoing series of community dialogues in Hartford, taking place in multiple locations around the city. I got this idea because I was doing work in Hartford. Actually, I used to work at the Hartford Public Library, and we were doing lots of great community programs, but I began to wonder what happened when people went home. Did we have any impact? Were we making any difference? And I stumbled across something called deliberative democracy forums, which I had never heard of before. And one thing led to another, and I discovered that this was an action-oriented community dialogue. So it seemed to me that it would be a good way to help people get closer to action. So I started working on community dialogues, and after I did a number of them in Hartford, I thought, well, how could we have even more impact? And I thought, well, if we did these on an ongoing basis instead of just once in a while, and if we did them in multiple places around the city instead of just in one place, over a period of years we could really have impact. Because again, these are action-oriented community dialogues, and if enough action takes place in enough places over a long enough time, it could, in a best-case scenario, have a transformative impact in the city. One thing that most people would agree on is that we are more polarized here in the United States than we have been in many years, if maybe ever. People have kind of lost the ability to talk with each other and to find common ground, and that makes it very difficult for we together as a society and communities. It makes it very difficult to move forward. So that is the real world problem, and having done community dialogues for a few years now, I've really become convinced of the power of dialogue. If you give people the opportunity to sit down together and talk, talk one-on-one or in small groups, and provide a little bit of structure and a trained facilitator, and especially if you find a way to bring a diversity of people into this dialogue, and I mean, by diversity I mean in a variety of ways, not only race or ethnicity, but economic status and different perspectives and religions, etc. If you put all those ingredients together, it can address this problem of people not being able to talk with each other and therefore not being able to make progress. One thing that I found out is that in trying to make Hartford Listens happen, the actual dialogue is the easy part. That's not to say it is easy, but it's relatively easy. The harder part is to figure out how this would be structured and organized. So rather than start a new thing called Hartford Listens, I've shifted my strategy to trying to partner and collaborate with other people and organizations that are doing things that maybe are similar or would complement Hartford Listens, or the Hartford Listens would complement what they're doing. And finding the right partners and collaborators has not been easy. Everybody says collaboration is a good thing and they want to collaborate, but when you come right down to it, when you really start talking to people and trying to figure out how to do that, very often people are not so interested in collaborating. And it gets back to this system that we're all operating in, where in order to get funding for something, we're all encouraged to pursue our own agenda. To wrap this up, the challenges and the surprises are that I am have shifted my strategy to trying to collaborate and partner with other people and organizations, and what I've discovered is that that is not so easy. I have not been able to find anybody else who is trying to do this Hartford Listens concept in the way that I'm trying to do it. I have found other initiatives that are trying to do community dialogues on an ongoing basis in different places within a community. But I haven't found any place where people or an organization is trying to do that and also really focus on the action that comes out of the community dialogues, which is a big part of what I'm interested in doing. So, so that in addition to what I said before, has been a bit of surprise. I would have thought that other people would be trying to do this somewhere, and maybe they are, but I haven't found them yet. The Humility and Conviction project, I'm really thrilled to be a part of it, and it's been very useful for me. First of all, the whole concept of humility and conviction, which I admit at the beginning I didn't fully understand, but once I got here and started working with people, I pretty quickly did understand it. And I think it is just a great concept and a really important one. So just being associated with that concept and being given the opportunity to think about it and go to talks related to it and talk with other people about it has really been valuable. I think also interacting with other fellows and others connected with the project has been really valuable. Also, being part of this project has given me the focus that I need to move the Hartford Listens concept forward. Like lots of other people, I'm very busy, I'm involved in too many things, and unless I have the opportunity to focus on a particular thing, very often I don't make much progress on it. So if I hadn't had the opportunity to come and be part of Humility and Conviction in public life, I would not be moving forward to the degree that I am. I'd be too distracted and too scattered with other things. And I've also had the opportunity to be part of the initiative on campus dialogues, which has been really valuable. It's given me the opportunity to meet with and talk with other people and hear about their dialogue projects, which has influenced me in my own thinking about dialogue work. And they have special programs in ICD, such as facilitator training, which have been very valuable because it's enabled me to learn some new approaches to dialogue that I wasn't familiar before.